Welcome to Cathy's SRC4u Zoom call for May 11th, 2021. To access Cathy's Zoom call, we're going to scroll down on her website and look for the Zoom call banner. We're going to click on it. Remember this passcode and click here. We're on the Zoom platform and we will allow put in the passcode, and we'll join the call. We'll join without video, connect up the audio, and we're live.
Good. Miraculous comeback. That's never a bad thing. And then I just pasted the whole list in. And then the auto, of course, up here. And let's just get an idea. We'll come back to it to see how long we want to go. But the other thing, too, is let's look at this torso cocktail. I put all of the issues in. Let's go in now and break it down. Okay, you can see here, in reference to the torso, we see some stress related to the pancreas, the bladder. You know, maintain spinal integrity is another point of stress. So just so you have the information, remembering that the brain processes that and does about 80% of the work for you according to different studies. Okay, now we also, for our prayer codes, we had this field of another incarnated soul thing. We had any and all dark negative energy here or around my family, I now command to leave. But here was the, this is the priority. The others were low priority, even though they came up on the Excel spreadsheet. This boost immunity was high priority. This for the highest good release possession, high priority. The protection prayer, high priority. And that's a long one. Oh, and this, okay, and this is our scan for the torso. So that's where we are with that. But let's go ahead and get back up here. Let's do the upper Sanjiao. And also, before we get started with that, since we mentioned bacteria, we've got some bacteria cocktails. Let's see if any is a priority. So this looks all lung related. I didn't save it, and then it didn't pop up.
All is online.
You should, yeah. Kevin has all of these. So if you ask him, he can always add them for you.
I'm gonna talk to Cathy.
Yep, he's got all of them. And I added one yesterday, which is breast dis-ease, which is a safe cocktail. And we ran on that one yesterday. I know there's a post. I don't know if it's up yet, but you'll get to see. You can do that safe session in a couple of ways. You can do it. I do it on the group, but you can break it down and do it on individuals. But yeah, every time I do one, I give it to Kevin. I'm really disappointed that for some reason on this computer, my other little protocol didn't come through. I think this. So I'll have to go to the other computer and do that, but and it'll then go back in the VSA. But for some reason, I do think I need the computer tech guy over here again. Okay, so we're just going to want to wonder click. Let's get that going and look back at the sustenance. And then if you can remember to do the 10-minute thymus tap. And of course, whatever else you do automatically anyway for your supplementation. This is coming up a lot for us, this stagnation. The high one.
Wow.
Yeah, my goodness. Up there at a 9, so it's more acute. Okay, so you can get some of the idea here. And with aneurysm, this is all subtle stuff. So it's not like you go to the doctor and they would find an aneurysm, but the stress of it is in the field. And just to give you an example here. Some of the connections. But blood is also a connection. And blood, they say, carries joy. So it's just something to think about. Okay, so we got in keeping with that, let's just go in. All right, so let's just look at some of these flower essences because sometimes we get a little hint. Let's look at emotional withdrawal. That doesn't look bad. Awakening of the wise woman. Sorry, Ron, a man can have that awakening too, so that's a positive. So in other words, we could have a little adrenal stress simply because we're moving up in consciousness. There's a little despondence and despair, but does not give up. Okay. Look at that, 12 hours. So we definitely want to work with the nutrition related to the adrenals.
A code for the stagnation.
Yeah. I'm ready.
1893370.
Thank you. Hey.
What was that number for?
Stagnation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that takes different forms for all of us. Let's see where we are with the microcosmic orbit. Anytime you see governing vessel or conception, well, we're good. All right. Earth strengthening. This is just kind of tuning out, which sometimes is not a bad thing, but it can cause some stress when you end up getting a big surprise. It's not a lot of stress for us, though, at this time. Get that scared. Okay, this is something we need to talk more about. I don't know about all the different locations, but I know in Florida, we're working on Upper San Joe, so.
Everywhere in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's significant. So that's something we're going to want to do more work with. A lot of it is going to be awareness, and there is a YouTube, if it's still there, that you can do wonderful clearings of mold with thieves essential oil and also thyme essential oil. And the presentation is actually given by a man who had been in the business for years, works on the kinds of houses where they have the little skull and crossbones in the window. And what he found out is the thieves oil treatment, not only did it take care of it, but it never came back. It just kept working on it. So that's in YouTube somewhere.
I like that.
And
That was beautiful. I like that.
what's that?
That words to ponder.
Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Yeah, let me go back up there. A good friend sees the first tear, catches the second, and stops the third. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I like that.
Let's see. Um, that looks like stagnation. Let's check that one last thing. Okay, so let's go in here. Well, maybe we should each try to do something exciting today and out of character. Positive, not negative. Pericardium also ties into relationships. There's our torso, a little bit too much, perhaps 5G or whatever. the blood, which I mentioned can tie into joy, said to tie into joy. Now, often when it comes up just a few seconds, it's calibrating. I had that this morning for myself on something, wanted 10 seconds, so I waited, and then I checked again. I wanted 24 hours. So let's see what this says. $10 hours, okay. Well, interesting, just the elemental scanner. Notice you can also put positives. You can put, for example, your intentions in the elemental scanner. Let's see which of the elements is given us. We see the earth element. That's come up already today, stomach and spleen. And then spleen separately came up.
Can you tell me what you mean about your intentions in there?
Yes, you know how we're writing up, some of us are writing up our intentions based on that book, The Creation Frequency, where we write it in the present tense. We include elements of love and gratitude, and then what we're going to do once that intention is manifest. And you can, then I'll give you a quick example. Let's see where we are. We see the earth element here, the qi, the jing, the shen. These are all areas of stress. So we see that now. Just let's see. Let's just go ahead. I'm trying to think what we could put in here. Hold on a second. I may not have it, so let's just, I've got it in here somewhere. And let's just say, I now create heaven on earth in a perfect way. I'm just using a quick example. So let's put the situation, let's put positive, and now do the same thing. Just do the same thing with your elements. And I think I've said enough that these intention statements are working. So we're taking 3 minutes with 6 repeats to clear any energy of stagnation. And then as far as this intention, the ones that you can measure, in other words, related to income, we're having positive results. So we've taken quite a few of those, 4 minutes with 9 repeats. But we put in a perfect way, and we are told that we have the consciousness now, especially if we would unite, to actually make some huge shifts on the planet. We could end war, etc., 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 if we would just step away from perhaps some social programming and love each other and work together. Any thoughts on that?
Totally agree.
Okay, so that looks like that's it for today. And I will just go ahead and send that aneurysm that I got from that book back to the VSA. And I don't know when it'll go up because Joanna's on the road coming here. So at some point that'll be up. And that's it for today.
Perfect. Thank you.
This concludes the SRC Zoom call for May 11th, 2021. Thank you for attending. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.